Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jay. So over the weekend I decided to pick up a new camera. As you guys know, I love to get new cameras and just really expand my collection because there's always different cameras for different purposes. So I wanted something in between the current camera that I'm filming on. The camera that I'm currently filming on is going to be my Sony A6000 with a kit lens which goes from 16 to 50. And I also have here my Sony ZV-1F. I use this a lot for vlogging. I'd say a drawback for me with this is that the lens is fixed and I can't zoom in as much as I want to. However, it's very small and compact. It does what it needs to do and it's perfect for what I need it for when I'm just like running out, I'm on the go, I need a quick little camera. I did buy extra batteries because this does die pretty quickly. I find that it exhausts the batteries really fast. But all in all, it's a great vlogging camera. I need a viewfinder and I like the Sony ZV-1F just for that. Now, I was doing a little bit of research and this other camera that I got is not new. It's not brand new on the market or anything like that. However, the current Sony that I'm filming on, which is amazing quality still, is definitely about a decade old. So I was like, you know what? I want something that's in between this Sony as well as the other Sony that I use for vlogging. And with just a little bit of research, I mean me becoming extremely fixated on a new camera, I decided to pick up the Sony ZV-E10. So that's going to be this right here. You guys can see the picture here on the box, everything on the box. Cool. I went and picked this up last Friday, so I've had it a little less than a week and the price dropped on Monday. And so I was freaking out. I did purchase this from Best Buy and I'm thinking that it's because it was like a Memorial Day sale or something like that. So it dropped just a little bit in price, like $100. So I did go onto my Best Buy app and I contacted them and I wanted to know if there was a price match that they would offer, and they went ahead and refunded me the difference. So I'm really happy about that. Shout out to Best Buy. Thank you so much for that. I also recommend, if you are getting any electronics from Best Buy, protection is very important. So I tend to always get Geek Squad protection on all of my devices. That's just me. Let's go ahead and open up the box and see what's inside. Of course, first in the box we have some pamphlets and some information for me to register my gear. Sony strap, which is a little different from the one that I already have from my old Sony. You have a little wind muff inside of this packaging here. This is much better quality than the one I received in my ZV-1F. Cube to plug in the cord, which I also have here. Really nice. Love this. We also have our lens, also a kit lens. So I probably won't have to use this for a long time. It is the same kit lens as I currently have on my Sony that I'm filming on right now. Brand new Sony ZV-E10. So very similar to the Sony ZV-1F. It has the record button up top. It has the button for you to toggle between modes of like your photo, video, and slow motion. And then you actually have this switch to flick back and forth to turn it off instead of the button. Now, I also don't see something like this on the Sony that I'm recording on now. And also to record on this current Sony that I have in the 6000 family, there are record buttons on this handle grip. I would say the body is most closely compared to my Sony A6000 that I have. And like the grip and everything, this is just a bit lighter, so I can definitely see how someone would want to vlog on this camera and they can actually successfully hold this up without it exhausting their arms too much. And yeah, I also like that with this camera, something that I saw online, and I'm not a professional camera and electronic reviewer. I just personally love cameras and electronics. So there's that. I also used to work at a Best Buy a long time ago. I worked in computers and I also worked in cell phones. I did not work in cameras. So here you see that you have the tight and wide, and what I noticed is that even from some reviews that I've seen, even with it having a fixed lens on it, you can still zoom beyond that. It can go to like 4 times, I believe, which just gets you in a little bit tighter than the lens would normally allow on something like my Sony A6000. However, that's not to say you're gonna have the best quality when you do something like that. I also do like the little strap holders on here, which is very different from the one that I currently have on. And you can actually hear these. They kind of dangle and they flip, and they can make a lot of noise when you're recording, or you know, you're just kind of maneuvering your camera around. So that's not ideal, but I love that they changed it on here. So we have this one here, and what I'm going to do is cut on. This is my Sony ZV1F, which again is really nice for vlogging. This one has no skin smoothing at all on the Sony A6000. The skin smoothing on the Sony ZV1F is on medium, but you can tell it's like a huge difference. And then we're going to go ahead and put the lens onto the Sony ZV-E10 and go from there. So this is the quality. Here is my Sony A6000. This is my Sony ZV1F, which again is really nice for vlogging. This one has no skin smoothing at all on the Sony A6000. The skin smoothing on the Sony ZV1F is on medium, but you can tell it's like a huge difference. And then we're going to go ahead and put the lens onto the Sony ZV-E10 and go from there. Okay, so I currently have the Sony ZV-E10 recording right here, and this is the comparison of quality between my 3 cameras. Like, these are my 3 main cameras that I will be using for my channel. So right here we have the ZV-E10, ZV1F, and A6000. So we have quite a few options. I have cut the skin smoothing feature on the Sony ZV-E10. I've cut that down so that it's on low. It's on medium here, and it's completely off on the Sony A6000. So tell me guys what you think as far as the quality, what you think as far as when it comes to videos. And yeah, I personally love this camera. I have so much content that I plan to film. I cannot wait to show you guys the content that I create, and I can't wait to vlog with this. I cannot wait to vlog with this camera. So I want to do a little bit of product showcase. I want to do the product showcase because I know for the Sony ZV-1F and for the Sony ZV-E10, that is something that they wanted to make very important. They made it a very important feature about the camera for those who create social media content. So let's go ahead, and this is me showing this tube of lotion on my A6000, which looks beautiful and seamless. This is me showing it on the Sony ZV-1F. What you doing, girl? Like, and blurriness of the background is not there as much. And then this is on the Sony ZV-E10. There we go. Try it again. Take it back. Face. Bring it again. Okay. Let's try this again. This is on the Sony ZV-1F. Take it back. Put it forward again. Okay, and then again on the Sony A6000. Sony A6000. Okay. All in all, I think that you can pretty much get the same feature from all the cameras, like they will all showcase the product still. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit more with the Sony A6000. And the difference too with the ZV-E10, it does have a bit of a crop. Once you hit record, you're getting cropped in. So the ZV1F also does this, but I don't think it's as cropped as the Sony ZV-E10. And of course the A6000, it's a bigger camera, so it's not going to do that. But yeah, all in all, I love all of my cameras. I use them for different things. I use the Sony A6000 when recording my nail content, the Sony ZV1F for vlogs, and now the Sony ZV-E10 for a mixture of things. You can even see that the color is much different on all three cameras. You can really play around with all of them to like change things to how you would want them to be, but I'm loving all of my cameras. And yeah, if you guys have any questions about this below, I'm doing this one for those who love to vlog and the ones that love beauty content, so feel free to ask any questions below of what I'm thinking about the camera, and if there's anything specific that you guys want to see that I use this camera for, then let me know, and I will see you guys in the next video. Also, all audio is directly from the cameras. I don't have any external mics connected. I do like to personally use my Rode mic whenever I'm connecting to my vlog camera just for better audio, but I don't have any of those connected, so yeah, it's just raw audio. Sorry about that. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video, and ciao.